Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for clicking on this video. In this short video, I'm gonna show you two awesome products from Trailtech. You're also gonna wanna hang around to the end because I'm gonna be giving both of these away to one lucky winner. Stick around. So my name is Kyle and this is Backcountry ADV Moto. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, this channel is all about adventure, dual sport, and off-road motorcycle riding. We do everything from ride videos, gear reviews, we just introduced podcasts, and everything in between. I'm adding new stuff all the time, so if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, as well as that bell icon, that way you know when new videos are released. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm gonna be talking about two items from Trailtech that I feel like are just game changers. One of which I've been using for about 6 months now, and I freaking love it. It's the Trailtech portable air compressor. This small, compact, cordless air compressor is one of the best I've seen. If you watch my other air compressor video that I released last year about the moto pumps, I really like that air compressor, and I did a comparison between CO2 cartridges and a hand pump on that. I still really like that air compressor, but the fact that this has no cord, it's completely wireless, and you can use it as a charging bank, which I carry with me all the time anyway. It's kind of nice that it doubles up as both. Trailtech calls this a smart air compressor, and what's cool about it is it has a nice digital display. You just hold the button down for about 3 seconds, it comes on, and what's really cool about this is that you can set your target PSI. That way, once you start the air pump, you can do other things while the air compressor is blowing up your tire, and then it just shuts off when you get to that target PSI. So it's kind of a set it and forget it type of thing. Another really cool thing about it is not only does it show PSI, but shows all the other units if you need to use those. By simply pushing the plus or minus button, you can change your target PSI. Another thing nice about it, besides it just being a battery pack, is that it also has a built-in flashlight. So in the box, you get the pump, a hose, and all the other little accessories like a needle for blowing up a ball and a couple other little things to be able to, use for inflating toys and whatnot. But that's not something I generally carry with me on the bike, so I usually leave those at home. On this button here, you have the ability to change it from a ball, a bicycle, a motorcycle, and a car, and you can set your target PSI for all of those. This pump does have an inflation range from 2 PSI all the way up to 150, so you should have no problem at all airing up motorcycle tires or even car tires with it. Speaking of that, let's put it to the test. Let's hook this up to the back tire on my GS and see how long it takes it to go from 0 PSI to say 34 PSI, and let's look and see what the battery looks like afterwards. So I've got my rear wheel and tire off my GSA, and this is a fatty rear tire. It's a 170/60/17, which is just, again, a lot of air volume. So this will really be putting this Trailtech air compressor to the test. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it on. It comes on, you can see it's at 0 PSI. And we're gonna be having our target PSI at 34 PSI. So I've got my phone here, and obviously this is not rocket science, but I'm just gonna see how long it takes to get from 0 to 34 PSI. So we'll start here. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this video. While we wait for this tire to inflate, if you haven't yet, head over to the Backcountry ADV Moto website, head over to the store, maybe pick up a BAM hat, some awesome Damata pouches, perfect for holding any type of gear you want to store, maybe even a t-shirt, sweatshirt, anything like that. We've got it all over there at the BAM website, bamadvmoto.com. Help support the channel, greatly appreciate it. Let's get back into the video. So 5 minutes, 50 seconds, that's really not bad at all for a tire of this size. So let's talk about some specs real quick. Like I said, Trailtech does refer to this as a smart air pump because of the screen that it has and the ability to set your PSI and all of that. So it's kind of a set it and forget it type of air pump. It also has the USB charging ports on it. So it has a USB-A that has a 2 amp output for charging, as well as a USB-C that is both an input and an output for charging the device, as well as putting 2 amps out for charging other devices that use a USB-C. It doesn't have a PD charger, so it's not a fast charger by any means, but it has a 5500 milliamp battery in it, which isn't huge, but it's enough to get you by whenever your cell phone is low, or you're going to be using it just for a standalone air pump. 5500 milliamps is plenty. As far as size goes, it is 6.4 inches long or tall by 2.75 inches this way and 1.5 inches thick, coming in at a whopping 1 pound 2 ounces. So very light. It really is nothing. It's like the size of like one of the old brick cell phones. Hello? As I mentioned earlier, there are a few optional accessories that you can purchase for this. There is an extension hose that has a clamp style Schrader valve inflator on it, so that way you don't have to worry about the screw style if you don't like that. It does come with a soft carry bag. It's more of like a drawstring bag that's this, I don't know, like soft material. I would take that and just throw it in the garbage because it did fall apart within the first ride. Had wore holes. The hard edges on this had worn holes in it after the first ride. So either purchase the carry case or the combo kit that you can buy with this, or you can head over to the BAM website and pick up a Demata pouch. It fits perfect. But again, this is a great air pump for the size and weight. It really fits in just about any pocket or pocket on your bag, or even into a backpack. So it's something that you want to carry with you all the time in case you get a flat. So the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is the Trailtech tire repair kit. This is really kind of a no frills repair kit. It's kind of the same items that you're used to seeing for tire repair, but it's also the ones that are tried and true and have consistently worked for years and years. Let's go ahead and look into it. So first off, this repair kit actually comes with a pretty decent soft case to carry it all in. Has a nice little hoop or loop on the back if you wanted to strap it to a backpack or keep it secure inside one of your panniers. Inside the kit, again, nothing special, kind of the same thing that you're probably used to seeing. It has some emergency CO2 cartridges for airing up your tires. Once you've patched it, a little hose with that. Comes with a razor knife for cutting off your excess bacon strips, and I'll show you those in a second. It's got your plunger for your bacon strips, maul tool that you shove into the tire to clean out the hole before you patch it. They give you 2 tubes of rubber cement, your bacon strips, just kind of standard, a variety of patches in a scraper, and then some little instructions in here. Again, this little case is nice to keep everything organized. And Ryan from F9 put a video out sometime last year. I can't remember exactly when. I'll link it in the description below, but he did a tire repair video for basically comparing the bacon strips versus the Dino plug versus the mushroom plunger plugs, all the different ones, and really the bacon strips seem to be the most reliable. I think the reliability is one of the reasons why Trailtech decided to go with these inside their kit. It's just a simple and reliable way to make sure that you can plug the hole that you need to plug. A couple of years ago, Dan and I were doing the Wyoming BDR, and if you saw that video, he had a razor blade into his back tire, and the only kit that he had was the Dino plug kit. And after putting 3, 4, 5, 6 plugs in there, it just wasn't enough to really plug that hole. If we would have had the bacon strips, it may have done a better job, but at the end of the day, we ended up having to remove the tire and just throw a tube in there. We did put a patch on, but we just didn't have enough air volume to seal the bead on that tire. So we ended up having to put a tube on, and it worked out fine. But if we would have had these, we may have had better luck. So I actually have an unmounted tire right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna punch a couple holes in it, and I'm gonna plug it with the bacon strip, and I'll also plug it with the Dino plug, just so you can see the difference in, we'll call it girth, or the sealing power of these versus the Dino plug, so you can make your own decision. So I've got this lightly used Motos here. It's probably got 90% tread on it. Let's put a couple screws in it and see how the plugs do. Something feels wrong about this since it is a perfectly good tire, but it's for the love of you guys. Just gonna run it through really quick to kind of waller it out. There's one. Let's do the other. All right, 2 holes in the tire. So I've got this Dino Plug Professional or Pro Kit, they call it, this Dino Plug Pro Kit. It's pretty nice. It's got an aluminum body, everything's kind of stored inside of it. And I think most of the time this would work really well. But again, as far as reliability goes, I think the bacon strips are gonna be a better option normally. So everything inside here, it's all contained. You've got your little reamer and then some plugs. One thing I did notice just now that is kind of a downside is that it's supposed to have this little screw-on cap on here that you screw in and it holds everything on whenever you plug it. Well, that is missing because this was bouncing around inside my bag and I didn't notice that that had come off. So we'll see if we can still make it work. Just ream this hole out a little bit. Now we'll put our plug in. So again, this is a pretty nifty tool because you can just load these on there and it's got this kind of like sharp plug. And as you push it in, the plug goes in and then as you pull it out, it's plugged and that's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and do that. See if we can pull it out. We'll probably have to use a pair of pliers since that tool is missing that nut. So you can see right here, you kind of have this little tab sticking out. So you can leave that as is, or you can take a razor knife and trim it off. Right now, we'll just leave it as is. But yeah, you can see that it just kind of, they're very thin, right? So it doesn't have if the hole was any bigger than this little puncture right here, it may not do a very good job, or you'd have to have multiples to be able to fill that hole. So now let's use the Trailtech kit with the bacon strips. And again, we're really referring to tubeless tires in this video. Obviously, if you had a tube tire, then you would be, obviously we're putting a new tube in there or patching your tube. Most of the time, patching the tube doesn't work as well as just putting a whole new tube in, but if you have to, you have to. So, but again, in this video, we're mainly just referring to tubeless tires, which that seems to be the way that most manufacturers are going these days anyway. So we'll take our ream tool. This one's a little bit heavier duty. Shove it in there a couple of times. Now we'll take our applicator tool, which has this little hook in it. Extremely tacky. You want to pull it through about halfway. And then I'm not going to do it right now because this is just kind of a temporary thing and just for show. But you would take your rubber cement, you'd slather it on there, and then you'll take your bacon strip with your tool, and then you just, with a ton of force, shove it down in there. Probably easier if I move it to the ground. Now, once you bottom out the tool, you're just going to take this and pull it out the opposite direction. There we are, just pulling it out. And again, you can just see how gooey it is. Now we have this gooey like pile of dog mess right here. But this, with as tacky as it is just a way better seal in that hole. So here on the inside, you can see the plug versus the Dino plug right there. There just isn't a whole lot of surface area on the Dino plug, whereas on the bacon strip, it's just this massive gooey pile of plug there. So I could be totally wrong, but it seems like the bacon strip would seal better than what the Dino plug does. But as far as ease of use goes, yeah, the Dino plug might be a little bit easier to use, but it's really, I mean, it's marginal. Both, it has the same process. You shove it in, you pull it out, and you have it plugged. Again, you'd want to take a razor knife and kind of shave off all this goopy stuff on there to get it as neat as you could. But leaving it as is isn't really going to hurt much anyway. It would kind of wear off. So if you were wondering what it looks like to plug a tire, now you know. All right, guys, so I really hope that this video answers any questions you may have had about the Trailtech portable air compressor or the tire repair kit. If you're interested in purchasing any of these items, you can go to trailtech.net. The repair kit runs about $29.95, and then you can also pick up the air compressor for $69.95, or the combo kit that comes with the hard case, hose extensions, and all that stuff for $99. So definitely head over to their website and check them out. I have no affiliation with Trailtech. They did send me the air compressor and the repair kit for free, but I'm not getting paid to do this review at all. They just said, hey, if I send you one of these, can I send you an extra one to give out to your viewers? I was like, absolutely, let's do that. And like I said earlier in this video, I have been using this for about 6 months. It's got some wear marks, it's been beat up, been dropped, it's bounced around in my bag. I've had no problems with it. I use it all summer, airing up and airing down tires on my GS, on my dirt bikes and other people's bikes. And again, it's performed flawlessly with no issues at all. So it's definitely highly recommended. I did do another air compressor video last year on the Moto Pumps air compressor. I still highly suggest that one as well. It is corded, but again, there's no real problems with that one either. I like this one because it's super portable, it's wireless, and you can use it as a battery bank, which I always carry anyway. So it just replaces another piece of gear in my bag, so I can kind of get a 2-for-1. But I do suggest this one if you're curious on, if you don't own an air pump and you're looking for one or you need a replacement. The Trailtech portable air pump is a way to go if you're looking for one. All right, guys, so as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am going to be giving away one of these Trailtech portable air compressors away, along with one of the brand new Trailtech tire repair kit, to one lucky individual. But I am gonna make you work for it just a little bit. It's really not that hard. Head down below, leave a comment. It can literally be anything. Let's just be nice, don't be rude. Maybe let me know what you ride or what trips you have planned this spring or summer. And then come right over here and hit subscribe. Then head over to the Trailtech YouTube channel and subscribe to their channel as well. Very easy. They've got about 6,500 or so subscribers. We're trying to boost that up a little bit. So subscribe to their channel so you can see when new products come out, and they do release some awesome videos now and then. And finally, if you don't already follow me, head over to Instagram, give me a follow there, make a comment on the post about the Trailtech air compressor, and then head over to Ride Trailtech and follow Trailtech over on their Instagram as well. I know it seems like a lot, but it's really not. If you do all of that, on February 2nd, I'll be drawing one lucky winner to win these prizes. Anyway, guys, if you're not interested at all in the giveaway and you want to pick up one of these air compressors, like I said, head over to trailtech.net, pick up one of these air compressors. You won't regret it. If you haven't yet, head over to Instagram, give me a follow, give Trailtech a follow, maybe hit the subscribe button right here, check out this video, and we'll see you in the next one.